Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and as you can see from the title, today I'm going to be doing a story time on my labor and delivery. So let's get into the video. It all started when I went to my last antenatal appointment and I was 39 weeks pregnant. So when my doctor checked me, he told me that my cervix wasn't open yet. Then he told me that it's nothing to worry about, that happens to first time moms all the time. So he was giving me home remedies that I could do to induce my labor on my own at home. Then he told me that if I don't go into labor by weekend, I will have to get checked in on Tuesday to get induced. So the doctor gave me home remedies and everything to try, and nothing worked. So Tuesday morning, I had to go up by the hospital bright and early to get checked in. So when I got there, enough other people was there to get induced too. So we had to wait very long, and I stood up there a week and 3 days. I stood up in the hospital before they could induce me, because real women was up there to get induced too. So they put me in a room with AC and 6 other girls before they could induce me. So a week and 3 days I was in the hospital before I could get induced, and that was due to the fact that real girls was up there too. I had to get induced, and the wards was very full, that they had to put us in a room with AC and 6 beds. So then a week and 4 days, the nurse finally told me that I can go over to labor and delivery. So they gave all of us the what that thing called the thing that's meant to what I call, I can't remember.
You stupid. You stupid.
But y'all should know what I mean, right? But so then give you that thing that is meant to before you're going to labor. Then the nurse carried us across, and all of us went in our separate rooms. And to tell you the truth, I ain't really remember nothing that went on, because them gave me some drug, and at first the doctor come in and tell me that he can give me some drug that gonna make me sleepy for 4 hours. So I was like, I don't feel that this drug's gonna work and this and that. So it's like, and the man telling me to count down, Aaliyah, count down. And I counting down and saying these things are working, and then boom, I was out. Then when I wake up, I guess in 4 hours, because the man said that he gonna put me to sleep for 4 hours. So then when I wake up, I see my mother-in-law first. And she asked me if I want my boyfriend. And then I remember I passed out again, because then drugs was very, very strong. And then when I wake up again, I see my boyfriend. And then I pass out again. And then I see my mommy in the room. And then I was like, I tripping? And then I pass out again. And then it was dark. And I was like going off or what? And then when I wake up again, I see my mother and my boyfriend's sister in the room, and the doctors and nurse and thing in the room. And I can remember my boyfriend's sister and my mother rubbing my back and holding my hand and thing. And I can remember my contractions was not normal, because you know how contractions will stop and give you a minute to breathe. Mine was hitting back to back to back. So the doctor told me that my contractions is not normal, that I shouldn't be getting my contractions like that, that I should be getting my contractions like a little space in them. So then the doctor checked me and it was 6 centimeters and it was very late. So the doctors was discussing that if I don't dilate a little more, I will have to go and have a C-section. So when I hear the two doctors talking about, there was a man and a woman. So when I hear the two doctors talking about I might have to have a C-section, it was very scary. So then the woman told the man doctor that she's going to check me to see how much more dilated I am because I was only 6 centimeters dilated. So when she came back and checked me, she told me I was 8 centimeters dilated. So then my heart started racing high out of nowhere. And the doctors and nurses had to rush into the room. So when I rushed into the room, the doctor told me I will have to push. And if I can't push, I will have to have a C-section immediately. So I was like, I can try to push because I'm frightened to have a C-section. So I started to push, and the woman told me that to push like I stooling. So I was like, push like I stooling? She want me to stool myself or what? So then the woman said, yes, you gotta push like if you're stooling for the baby to come down. So I started to push. Every time I had a contraction, I started to push. And then, just so out of the blue, I feel like something cutting me. So I was like, what's that? And then the nurse told me that the doctor cutting me. Then I was there telling myself, well, he should have warned me that he cutting me. Then to those known, I feel the forceps going inside me. So I was like, just do things like that. But I didn't say anything because you know, if you be rude or anything to any nurses or doctors, don't want to mistreat you. So I just relaxed. Then I believe I passed out because I didn't remember nothing after that. And then I wake back up again because them drugs was very, very strong. And when I tell when it's strong, very, very strong. So then I wake back up again. And then when I wake up now, a nurse was holding my hand and telling me, push. So then I push. And then another nurse told me, when you get another contraction, push. So I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really want that over with. So I, dummy me, went pushing when I had a contraction. I tried the people and said, I get a contraction now. I was pushing and the woman told me to count to 10, the nurse. So I count to 10 and I guess I passed out after that for a little while. And then I remember the nurse waking me up saying, Aaliyah, are you okay? And then I get up and say, yeah. Then I see another nurse took a needle and inject me in my thigh. And then I pass out again. And when I wake back up again, I tell you people, my feet tired, I want to take off my foot. So the doctor told me, behave, you can't take your foot. But I say, but my foot got cramp. And the man said, oh Lord, you can get to take your foot just now. I say, okay. And then I guess I pass out again. Then when I wake up, I see the woman doctor walking. And then she told me that the nurse is going to give me some thing in my IV so that I won't feel the stitches. So it's like, alright, bet. So, you know, whatever then give me in work. Cause, like, I feel every single stitch. So it's like, I told the doctor, well, I could feel all the stitches, and she said, well, that's all she could give me. So the woman was stitching me up real long. I swear when I had 100 stitches. So I guess after the stitches, I passed out again. So when I wake up, no one was in the room. So when I look to the side, I see my mother and my baby father coming. And they come and ask me if I'm okay. So I was outraged, so I can't remember what I tell him. Then they tell me that the doctor told them that they gotta go and get something for me to eat. Then what happened? Right. So then I guess I passed out again. So I was like, why keep on passing out? And then a nurse come back into the room. And 2 nurses come back into the room and was like, they're glad that I made it through it, that I'm a strong young girl, that they're very glad to see me make it through alive. So I was like, thank you. And then I dropped back to sleep again. So then when my mother and them was coming back with the food, they wake me up to let me know that they're back with the food. Oh, this time it's still over by labor and delivery. I am over the room yet. And by the way, I have my own private AC room. And from by the forceps delivery, my mother and my boyfriend couldn't come in the room. The doctors explained to my mother and boyfriend that they couldn't come into the room because I had a forceps delivery. And something like they can't see me go through that. So they ain't gonna let anybody in the room. So I was in the room all by myself. So, right, back to the part when my mother and my boyfriend coming back. So when I look across, I see my mother and boyfriend coming towards me to tell me that they didn't get back with the food. So then the nurse asked my boyfriend to help me down from the bed to get in the wheelchair to wheel me cross over to Ward B3. So he helped me get on the wheelchair and they rolled me cross. And when they rolled me cross, it was like 10 something in the night. June 16th. Right. June 16th. Around 10 something. And my boyfriend gave me the food. And they had to leave because it was way past visiting hours. So my boyfriend gave me the food and told me that he's gonna see me tomorrow because only my mother couldn't tell me because only one person could have come in with me when I was getting wheel across to my bed because it was way past visiting hours. So my boyfriend went in with me and he told me and told me that he and my mom is gonna visit me the next day. So when I get into my bed, it was very hard to get in my bed. It hurt so bad. So when I finally get in my bed, the nurse told me that I have to eat. To be honest, I don't know how people could eat after giving birth, but I could not eat. I didn't eat nothing at all. The only thing I could have put in my stomach was the Ensure. So I drank that, and then I stand up for a little bit because I was in pain. Then I went back to sleep. So guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope that you like my story time on my labor and delivery.